What's up guys, Brad here from Piney Grove, and I'm a mess because I've been mowing all morning, and that has caused a little bit of tension with my wife, Miss Piney Grove, who also would like to be mowing. So before we get into this video, a word from Miss Piney Grove.
I was eager. I think eager is a better word. I was eager, so I kept coming out and saying, okay, you ready for me to mow? You ready for me to mow?
I was over there doing a mower test, so be sure to check out and look out for that video.
I didn't want to make more noise, so he couldn't talk to the camera, so I've been waiting for him to finish so I could hop on Spunky.
Hop on what?
Spunky. That's my Spunky. That's my girl right there, my ZD1011 zero turn, whom I love dearly. As much as I love this piece of machinery, and I'm not going to jinx anything yet, but there may be a new piece of machinery in my future. So stay tuned, keep watching, and maybe I'll have a Spunky and a Sparky. Who knows?
All right, so she's gonna jump on Spunky and do a whole bunch of mowing, but I get to jump on the Hyson and use the weed eater and clean up behind her.
I'm not jealous of the weed eating, but I might be a little bit jealous of the Hyson.
Yeah, this is one sweet machine, and we've been using it every day, and we've got it loaded up and ready to clean up the property. This could be funny because sometimes she starts it and forgets the sequence and then stalls it. So
I would say
let's go ahead and place your bets now on whether she starts it and gets mowing or starts it several times.
Okay. Well, I was trying to get my Bluetooth going and everything else, but you're going to put me on the spot, and I'm not ready. So let's see.
Don't lose your phone for sure. All right. She kind of did it wrong, but it didn't stall.
I got it.
So Deb was not brought up in any way in any kind of country environment, and she's been helping me a lot. She doesn't know a lot about tractors. She's done some tractoring, a lot of tractoring actually. But when we bought her this used zero turn last year, and it was the first time we had ever had a zero turn, I don't even think used one. If I had, it was very minimal, and we never owned one. We both learned together how to use this one, and she just loves it and will mow for hours. She would mow this whole, we got about 6 acres to mow out here. She would mow the whole thing with no problem at all. We're a little dry here in North Florida, but this grass is pretty hardy. But if we were getting the right amount of rain, this would be a lot taller and a lot greener and less dusty. I changed the oil in Spunky yesterday and also cleaned out the air filter, so she's good to go for the season. Deb's done a couple of mowings, so the blades are just a little bit rounded. Probably have to put on a sharp set of blades here after this mowing, because she's probably going to mow about 3 acres today. Also pretty proud of her because she's learned to mow, and we've got white river rock along the building there, and she's learned to always throw her grass clippings away from that. And that just saves so much cleanup later. And also, we're trying to avoid going over these bare areas. We have a lot of pebbles and rocks in our soil, and they just dull your blades. The other night, I went around and string trimmed around everything up here, the buildings, but I have to do along the driveway, and then along our paved road or our road frontage, we've got a fence that we built, and I've been mowing along that fence, but I can't get all the way up to the wire. So I'm gonna weed eat along there, and we'll check in with Deb and just have a good day on our machines. If I'm being honest, I'd rather just drive around in the Hyson than do any actual string trimming. But Deb's got the front of the house pretty much knocked out already. I haven't done any weed eating around the pond, and I did a little bit of mowing around it this morning. So I think I'll go down there and try and clean that up a little bit. That's pretty much an all-day affair though. I don't know if I have that much string trimming in me. Biggest thing I want to do is clean out around the culverts. There's 4 culverts, but they're good habitat for snakes, and Bella, our bird dog, is just so birdy, so aggressive, that she's now learned that she can kill black racer snakes, and we just want to make sure that we can hopefully see the snakes before she gets to them and stop her. So that's what I'll do. I'll work on this right here, and then we'll check back in with Deb here in a minute. Woo, doggy, it's hot out here. It's 300 degrees out here and 100% humidity, but I'm having fun. A lot of people hate to string trim, but I don't mind it. I got the side of the driveway done in that ditch bank, and that hasn't been done in a real long time. Did a little bit along the woods edge over there, and then I just stayed up top here where Deb is mowing where our new house will go. And if you're wondering why the ground hasn't broken for our new house, we're going to shoot a video on that. We're full steam ahead with authorization to build the house, but we've run into a snag with getting our drawings complete and getting them to the county for permitting. So we'll update you with a video on that, but that's why these posts are here that I'm string trimming around and Deb is driving around, because that's where our house is gonna go. Earlier this year, we cut the limbs off of all these oak trees so Deb could get under them with the canopy on the zero turn, but it looks like they're still a little low. So I'll have to get underneath there with the string trimmer and clean all that up. But this is the house, where the house is gonna go, and this is our backyard, so we'll have to fence that. And out front here is, of course, our front yard, and this is where the septic will go also. We got all this nice and smooth and grass seeded, but way over there, you'll see some orange tape in the tree, and that orange tape is the elevation for the septic tank. So the septic tank's gonna go right there. Well, she hasn't stopped since the beginning of the video. She's just been going around mowing. But getting back to the front of the house here, this has all been worked on and graded and smoothed and dirt added and fertilized and grass seeded, and hoping that that would stay and be good once the house was built. But you know they're gonna tear that up, building the house and putting in the septic. So hopefully we can retain some of this grass so we don't have to start from scratch again. I never did get to the pond and do the pond's edge. I'm gonna do that next after I do those oak trees. But we had to capture some footage of Miss Piney Grove on Spunky, just whirling around like Speed Racer. Just look at her go. Look at her, so stoic, so concentrated on her turn. I think she's singing. I think I saw her lips moving. Yep, she's singing. All right, put your guesses down below what song she's listening to. I don't know, it's probably Christian music. That's what she tends to listen to. So she's got done as far as we're gonna do over there. We're gonna save the rest of the pasture for hay. She's got a little bit left to do here, but all that is done. It's mowed and string trimmed. It's just looking really, really good. I just love the way the property looks after it's been mowed. And it doesn't last long, just a couple weeks, but it's just worth it to me. And many people think it's a waste of time, just let it go natural, but two things for us. One, it obviously makes our property look better, but two, we absolutely love riding the machines, using our machines out here. Heck, I even like string trimming. That's a 20-year-old weed eater, and I just put 4 hours or so on it. So that thing has hundreds of hours. It's an old model steel. And I don't get tired of doing it. I get tired, like physically tired, but it's not like I hate doing it. I enjoy the exercise, staying moving, and we're just having a good old time out here. Deb hasn't gotten off the machine. I was hoping she'd get off and talk about her experience or something, but I guess once she's done here, maybe she'll check in with y'all. Enough jibber jabber, let's get to work on this pond, whip it into shape. In case you're wondering why we have a berm here, a lot of our, or all of our land slopes. Away from me to me, it slopes from the pole barn all the way down to the pond. And what we found was that as that water was coming down this hill, it was bringing sediments with it. So the water that was filling the pond would be real muddy and dirty, and also was washing out this southern bank. So what we did was put a berm of clay there. It's all covered with grass now. And we put a 2-foot basin or 18-inch basin. Then we put a pipe in, and that pipe comes out over where those rocks are. And it just collects all the water and stages it here till it can go through that basin and go into the pond. Stops a lot of erosion and puts the water, the rainwater that goes into the pond, it makes it a lot cleaner. But Miss Piney Grove is parked in the shade. Let's go get a word from her before we close out the video.
Well, that was a productive little few hours. I think it looks great. I think everything looks good. How blessed are we to have this property that we can do this on, that we can come out here, we can work together on maintaining it. I'm just grateful, and every time I'm out here and I mow and we do anything out here, I'm grateful the good Lord saw fit to give it to us. So, love my spunky, Love her to death. She and I are both very dirty girls, but we got the job done, so yay, yes.
Well, shoot. I thought she was going to close out the video.
Oh.
That's why I pointed at you, and then you just left me hanging there.
I did leave him hanging. I just thought I'd talk about how much I love Spunky and this property. I didn't know I was supposed to close it out.
She's staying away from the camera because she is just covered with dirt, and she's got a dent in her face from the glasses and everything. I've been asking her to keep an eye on the temp, because as more dust and more grass gets up against the radiator, the temp will come up. And she said it maintained good temp, but it was starting to come up. So I've got to blow that out before she finishes. She's got a little bit more to do on the front of the property, and I got some weed eating to do. But she's got to go run Bella. We've locked Bella in the house. And if you don't know Bella, that's the mascot of Piney Grove. She's our 3-year-old Brittany Spaniel, and she's been a good girl in the house. But that's going to wrap up today's video, folks. We wanted to get you a mowing video out there, show Deb on her machine, and also tease you a little bit about hopefully a future machine coming soon. But that's going to do it. So until next time, remember, life's short.
Be kind.
And tractor hard.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Not bye-bye. I hate when I say that.